Hello there, and welcome to my first draft video. I know this is 2 picks in. I screwed up at the beginning of the recording. Um, However, my first pick was Uranti Warlord over not really much else. Yeah, that doesn't even come to mind. They were just kind of lousy. And then second pick, Gloom Fiend. There were some interesting Aloyan spells, but nothing really spectacular, and Gloomfiend's a solid card. So, I've got two guys that can affect multiple lanes, so that's a good place to start, I think. Here we get a nice little assortment of creatures to choose from. There's the Phantasm, which is pretty good. The ability comes into play every once in a while. Cragwalker's fine. It's got stats that allow it to trade, and the mobility is pretty good. And I would take him over the Brawler, because he scales a little better. He's about as good as the Brawler in terms of an underdrop, playing him later. So he's better. So to me, it's between the Phantasm and the Walker. And I think I'm going to take the Phantasm. I can get stuff like Walker and Necreum Tempest all the time. Here I'm going to take the Underdrop Colossus, which kind of fits in that role. These are both solid, but because it scales with level, this guy always disappoints me, and so I'm just gonna take the Flowstone. I think that's easy. Well, open up a Heroic, and a very good one. Varna's Pact's a good card, and I'm not gonna not value draft. The other cards that I would consider would be Blight Witch and Gloom Fiend. Those are both good. Blight Witch, worse and with Tempest than with something like you, but Varna's Pact. It's good. Good draw. I feel like we kind of won even if we don't. Alright, here I think it's Flamestoke Shaman. The ability is relevant. He's got power so he can trade easily, and these other cards, that doesn't do anything in draft. This is fine, but his stats are really underwhelming. And Fireman Steed's cool to level, but I don't really want to get there. Well, Flamestoke's just always pretty solid. Acolyte was one of the cards that was in the first pack against the Warlord. And in this pack, it's between him and Spirit Leash. And Spirit Leash is awfully tempting. So this heavy pump, especially Necreum Tempest, I mean, I can't get pumped like that in those colors. Or do I want the Sower? I think I'm gonna go with the Spirit Leash here. And one of the reasons is that Sower, I think they're both good cards, but Sower's a card that you do have to level for it to stay relevant. Spirit Leash is not. Spirit Leash can usually find some application at any point in the game. So I'm going to take Spirit Leash. Here I'm going to take a Sorrow Harvester. Drawing cards is good. He's got fine stats. Pretty average. So it's either Graveborn or Symbiote. Symbiote is the kind of card that we want with that Spirit Leash we just took. I love Glutton, but I want to at least have like one regenerator, one good target. Speaking of good targets, Spirit is obviously a great target for it with the massive regeneration, but I've only got the one Spirit Leash. I'm in Tempest. I'm not going to have infinite pump. And I've got a Drake here, and Drake is just good. So Drake is the pick out of this one for me. Night Gaunt. Speaking of good regenerators, there's another Spirit Leash and a Yeti for my Yeti, but this guy is just insane. I'm glad that they changed the regeneration levels on him, and even with that, he's still really great. I need good targets for my Spirit Leash, and I think the Ooze is a great one. So. Legion Titan's interesting card, and I think it's powerful enough to take it over the Sorrow Harvester. The potential upside of it can be really great. It's pretty random, and I'm trading consistency for potential power, which I would usually probably advise against. But I think the potential upside to Legion Titan is enough where it at least tempts someone like myself to take it. And here, this is an easy Corpulent Chandler. Alright. Well, these are all good cards. Reaper is not where I want to be. Group Meal is where I want to be. Group Meal has the chance for multiple card advantage. You can finish the game. It's just overall very, very good. With that said, Spirit Leash, Catacomb Spider, both very good cards. I really like the Spider. The more and more I've played with it, or played against it, I've just thought it was good. Duskfire Zombie is always a good lower regenerator, but Group Meal here, easy pick for me. Ooh, that is a gift. This guy's great. Frost Maiden can zip around the board. Eden Guys, Anim Tempest. It's a pretty easy pick. Here it's between Stormweaver and Spirit Leash number 2. And I've got two guys that are easy to sack. Or sack well to it. Stormweaver's stats are also nuts. And the activate is just like, it's just pure upside. This guy's really good. So is Spirit Leash. This is the third Spirit Leash I've seen. People not drafting this card anymore. I think if I was Utera, I would take Spirit Leash. Here, I'm just gonna take Stormweaver. I guess Ice Mage? Or Instigator. Instigator is not a May ability, by the way. I've learned that the hard way. I think I'm gonna just take Ice Mage, because it's a Yeti. Because I can get 7 power underdrops like this guy. Whenever I don't have any, but I don't feel it's that necessary. Here, I'm just gonna take another Phantasm. Whew. That Spirit Leash is looking a lot better right now. Night Gaunt is the pick. Ooh, Frost Maiden. Other one. Must be drafted in a time when Necrogram Tempest is not that popular. This is a good card. Here, I think I'm gonna take the Wallbreaker Yeti. I've got the Yeti that goes with it. I mean, it's between that and the Bruiser. And the Bruiser's great. Thing is, defenders are better in this format than they ever have been. With secrets out. Bruiser's just always fine, but it's more likely that I'll pick up another Bruiser in my last 8 picks, or pick up a Bruiser in my last 8 picks, and I won't pick up a Yeti. A Wallbreaker Yeti. And it's got potential upside to just gank a guy. And he's another Yeti to go with my first one. I think that's just fine. Here, I'm finally going to take a Brawler as an underdrop. Out of these, Seal of Tarsus is the pick. It's fine. It's not as good as the seal that everyone hates, the Deepwood. But, it can help fight against it, which, it's nice to have that ability. Man, heroics for days. This is a draft. Well, that seal helps him get in. I would like him to. I'm gonna take him for pure value. But also, yeah, he's a decent card. That's cool. Double heroic draft, huh? Man, this guy is cool with the loin. Without, yeah, he's fine. That said, this guy's just straight up good by himself, and I will gladly take Stormweaver. Here I'll take the underdrop Barbarian or Flame Lance. Barbarian. It's just better. It gives minimal board presence with more burn later. So, yeah, Barbarian. Yeah, I guess the Spirit Frost Shaman, he's fine. And a Spirit Leash, last pick. That's not bad. Play later. Take a quick peek at the deck, and then I'll just scroll through real quick. Then I will be back for round 1